Welcome back to my channel. I don't know how to do an introduction for real. I'm learning. I am learning. Okay, so today pick a pile is going to be what wounds need to be healed, right? So over the last week or so, me personally, I haven't been going through. I just been reflecting on a lot and realized there's some things that I kind of need to work on, right? But in doing so, this gave me the inspiration to see um to shed light on things you guys may need to work on as well. We are all ever changing, ever evolving, ever ever changing. I'm trying to come up with more words, but ever changing, ever evolving, right? And we all still have, you know, things to work on. One thing I really, try to emphasize when it comes to people who overutilize the word healed. Um, it's not one thing you always hear is it's not linear, and it's not. It's different from everybody. Some days you have your good days, some days you have your bad days, and whatnot, right? But when it comes to like relationships and whatnot, you know, um, the whole phrase "come to me healed or not at all," you will never get somebody that's completely healed from everything. And I think a part of the process of life is, not just healing, but accepting things as is. That's a healing factor too. You know, um, some things you probably just can't heal from. They might just be scars. You just gotta accept those, and it is what it is. We always gotta have things to work on, but the whole emphasizing on it is um can be a little bit detrimental, right? But we probably fall into patterns we don't even recognize. Ooh, I'm trying not to talk loud because I naturally talk loud as a person, so I'm trying to like I'm not gonna say make my voice smaller because I hate that phrase, but I'm trying to talk a little bit. Um, and I also have like a abrasiveness to my voice, so um, I'm trying to condense it. This is I'm not one of those voices you could have on um 100 like loud percent and whatnot, right? So, but anyway, um, yeah. So we're gonna check in. So I have 3 pals, 1, 2, and 3. You know how I do. I usually it's really not no pals, but it give you little timestamps and whatnot, right? So we're gonna check in, see what needs to be worked on, if you're aware of it or not, and get things popping and whatnot, right? So without further ado, we're going to introduce wait, pal number 1. There we go. Cool. Okay. So we are checking in to see what wounds need to be healed, etc., etc. Probably how can you heal them? You know. So spirit. Off the bat, I feel like some of you guys grew up with traditional values that's hard to let go. Um, you grew up with values that was embedded in you, right? It caused you to be more small-minded in a lot of the things that you approach. Um, I feel like this is my spiritual power. I mean, whatever it gives. But I feel like you come from a system, a dogmatic system, right? I feel like in a way religion portrays you, and that's all you ever grew up on. And I mean, it was supposed to happen for a reason because you had to expand. You had to expand. So you're going from, what's crazy? So if you do this thing called my birth cards, right? What's my terrible birth cards? It'll give you the cards designated for your birthday. These are mine. The Hierophant and the Temperance. It's so funny. But um you guys come from a dogma or and you don't have to be a religious background, but you just came from a fixed situation to where almost it was coddling or almost if it was a coddling, it was a strict environment where you could it was only A, B, and C, and you could be go beyond D. You could go beyond C. So you didn't know there was a D, E, F, G, H, I. No, you just knew it was A, B, and C. So it kept you in a box per se, right? In a way, it limited your thinking and the ability to free yourself from limitations, right? Um, and almost like people fed you information versus you obtaining it. So it's almost like you're codependent on people telling you what's next versus you know learning it for yourself, right? It's almost like you're codependent on people telling you what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, and disruptions um will is a no go. You probably one of those people who hate sudden change. You hate when things switch up. You don't like that, right? Which is understandable because that's the environment you grew up around, right? What else we got? So one of the things you must do. Oh, yeah, you don't like change. Yeah. So so it's almost like spirit is forcing you to um break that cycle, right? Break the cycle and expand your mind. While it's funny because I just had this conversation on Instagram and whatnot, right? And a friend of mine was like, "What's the difference between religion and spirituality?" And I was like, "Religion give us a foundation, um, and like religion, like the education system, like grade school, religion is that basics. It gives us that foundation, right? But we're never meant to stay in religion. We're supposed to expand. But religion give us a place to fall back on, not go back to, but fall back on when we kind of lose ourselves in the spirit. Because you get lost in the sauce when you're like on your spiritual journey and whatnot, right? So you get lost in the sauce easily, right? And with you getting lost in the sauce, it almost like religion is grounding. And I'm not talking about Christianity. I'm talking about religion across the board, right? So that's why if you study different religions and whatnot, you'll see most of them, if not all of them, the have the same key factors. They have the divine source, which is one. They have a trinity. They have the seven representing a divine number, right? It's all um basic instruction, right? But the thing is, you're not supposed to stay in it. You're supposed to go beyond it, right? And see how we all connect, right? See how it all relates to each other. That's why you see so many similarities in one religion or another. So I feel like this is more so like a religion has failed you, or or old traditional values have failed you, right? Either way, you're coming from a rigid state to where you're coming from being told what to do to have to figure it out for yourselves, right? To having to figure it out for yourself, okay? And that could be kind of hard when you never done that before, right? And the best thing I could tell you to do is take baby steps. Let's see. There's something else gonna pop out. If not, we're just gonna move on. Okay. Yeah. It had caused being in this type of environment has caused conflict. Okay. And like I said, you're supposed to expand on it. Expand on what you know and see how it relates. Now the thing is, right, you you will get by you stepping out your comfort zone, out your box, there will be some traction going against it because you're doing something different that doesn't fall in line or fall in accordance with the traditional values that was given to you, right? So people won't be wondering, that's not you. Oh, you're doing, you acting different, you're acting strange, you're such and such, blah 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 blah, right? But in reality, you're becoming more open and listening to see. Religion teach you the fundamentals of God. Religion and spirituality gives you that personal relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? So you probably like it may be one of those situations where you're questioning God, your faith, and all that stuff, and all that good stuff, right? But you got to have that one-on-one connection without people telling you what their connection is to you. Like you're not here to worship anybody but yourself, one, but you're not here to worship the words of man, right? You're supposed to be on one accord with spirit, okay? So if you want to look further into this, da 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 da. Lord, whew. These cards have their own separate meaning, but I don't like reading the book, so I'm just gonna get what I pull from it and all that good stuff. Okay. Okay. What's this? What mercy? Okay. I'm gonna just pick one more. So you probably grew around someone who was very cold, you know, very this is kind of giving me with the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Spades. She was very in a way manipulative. That's the word that came up. So if this correlates to what I think, it could be somebody who use religion to manipulate you, right? And honestly, this is how most people in religion is. They use religion to manipulate you, right? But it's like, how can you be a servant of God, but you're acting this way? That's what really makes you question it, right? It doesn't correlate. You can sit here and go to church every day, every Sunday. I meant, my bad, and come back home and still be the same. So you acting different at church, but you're being this way at home, right? You're being this way at home, okay? And it almost seemed like a contradiction, like they're whoever this is. I'm not gonna say gender. Well, we don't do gender. Yes, we do, but you know, it's almost like they're playing in your face just a little bit because it contradicts what you put on, right? It contradicts the facade that you put on in front of these church folk. But when we get into our homes, you're you sound like a parent to be honest. But you know, I'm not gonna like for some of y'all this could be a parent, but I'm not gonna hold you. Um, yeah. So, but the thing is, like, for just this reason, You, on the other hand, like before you started questioning everything, you've been going along with it, just playing. Not, I'm not gonna say playing, but just going along with it. Like, okay, so whoever this is probably gonna be gaslighting you, or um to show some narcissistic behavior, such as, or make you feel bad for believing in yourself, want to do things independent, because they used to controlling you or being that puppet for you, being that piece they could control, right? They could just manipulate, right? And it's hard for you to believe, because you believe when you have such a strong foundation in someone and it turns out not to be as truthful as it appears, it could cause your world to come crashing down. Let me turn this right with it. I hope it don't fall. It's not. No, forget it. I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm not even gonna mess with it. But um, you got to keep up appearances, right? So now it's like, who do you turn to? You can't turn to somebody who led you astray, and you didn't know you getting led astray, right? So it's almost like you have to find yourself again. You have to find who you are outside of this person. Like, you gotta cut this person out and find who you are, and that takes time. The most important thing, you gotta be patient with yourself and enjoy the process with finding yourself, right? With finding yourself, okay? Let's see, what's some more wounds you gotta heal. So how does this correlate with this? That says peace. So making peace with almost like you gotta accept the process, accept what you're being shown. Okay? Accept that it's true. And always remember your foundation. Keep your faith strong. Okay? Oh shit, my bad. I was itching. I hit the mic by accident. Y'all probably gonna hear that. Okay. I feel like you guys, through the trials and trials, y'all gonna have a successful outcome. It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and hold you. It's illuminating, but it's also gonna be it's gonna be tiresome, right? So there's this. I was walking on a trail, and I was going up a hill and whatnot, right? And the I hit this the that I'm gonna say download because it's a term, but the feeling of, I had this thought, right, and it was more so of a I was going up a hill, and there was like, there's two type of people in the world. There are two type of people who climb the mountain to get a. There's two type of people in the world. It's the one that climbs the mountain just to stand above, that climbs to the top of the mountain just to stand above the others, and there's the other person who climbed the mountain and get high enough to appreciate the view, and to see how wide it expands, and to appreciate how far they came. Right? So you have people who just want to get to the top and stand above the others to see everything below them, and there's those people who want to see everything as it is, or how far it could go, right? And I feel like in your case, the person that wanted to be the person or a group of people that you are moving away from that caused this wound were people who was at the top and see everything else below them, but you're the person who appreciate the view of everything that surrounds it, right? That expands on it, right? So you have a different set of eyes than them. Okay, you have a different set of eyes when it comes to your practice and whatnot, right? You have a different set of eyes. Okay. Okay. Now what we got? No, I'm gonna do this one. So what's next? How can we heal these wounds? What's well, I think this is more so information. Well, mm. So you and one thing that can help you along. Okay, yeah, yeah. Ah, ah. See that stripping illusions. Okay, so one thing that can help you is okay. You have clarity. You got to develop a sense of clarity. You also got to have trust your intuition, right? But with your intuition, you got to also have a sense of discernment, right? Have the gift of discernment, right? So discerning what's factual and what's not, what's true and what's true to you and what's not, right? One book I recommend for you guys is called 25 Conversation the Conversation with God. 25 it was 25 something, but it's what God said, a conversation with God, 25 core values something. I feel like you guys would take that book will open your mind up to the possibilities. Okay? But yeah, this is a process where you're kind of stripping away what was fed to you, and you're learning for your own. So it could be. Let's see, my bad, my mind, and my mouth do not be on record, one record, right? So my bad. But it could be one of those times where you everything is changing for your benefit because the frequency of Earth had changed, so it's awakening up people, right? And you're probably one of those people that's been woken up, right? You got inner journey at the bottom. See, so it's a inner journey. Okay, you just gotta go through. It's your journey. So one thing I tell people on there oh my god, I don't want to keep talking, but I'm gonna have to. I'm just looking at time, but I'm just like, ugh. Okay, and that's probably another thing too. You probably think that time is a factor and you got all the time in the world, to be honest. You'll learn this. But when it comes to spirituality, when you're just starting off, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna hold this to like true, right? You don't meet people who say not everything is a sign, not every dream is a sign, not da 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 da, right? But with your one-on-one conversation with God, right? God talks all the time. What you consider God is up to you. But God talks all the time, right? It is not who he talks to, it's who listens, right? What's meant for you is not meant for anybody else. What is meant for you have to understand what certain things is meant for you, right? For instance, in Chinese culture, the number four is something for bad luck, but when we see it, it's something for that meaning stability, right? So you can't sit here and ask people, "Oh, what's this mean? What does this mean?" Because they're gonna try to discredit your experience. So don't allow people in your experience when you're trying to open up, and that's I feel like that's gonna be a fallback because you're gonna try to figure everything out, right? But you can't you're coming from that and you're learning for yourself. Like, yeah, you could probably you want some spiritual teachers, da 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 da, but that's all dogma at the end of the day because you gotta have that one-on-one connection with God. Now, when it comes to dealing with other things, that you might want to have somebody like, more experience, or even look up like YouTube. Like YouTube is free for that help. But YouTube is free. So look it up, right? Or how do you feel when you see 111, 222, 33, right? How do you feel about that? Okay? I'm gonna pull one more in there. What else? So I feel like most of you guys are tapping into some ancient wisdom, some ancient ancestral wisdom, okay? Some are saying like it's time for you to um answer the calling. So it's time for you to stop ignoring what you're like. And I'm not gonna say you're here to do, because maybe you're just here to see and teach, right? Maybe you're just here to teach. Maybe you're just here to learn. Maybe you're just here to just experience, right? Not everybody's meant to be a teacher. Not everybody's meant to be a guru. Not everybody's meant to heal everybody. Sometimes you're just meant to explore and experience, and probably share your experiences with your descendants or with people you come across, and all that stuff, right? Maybe you're meant to share that, but it could be just that you just here to experience it, right? You're no teacher. You're no healer. I mean, everybody has the ability to heal. Everybody has the ability to teach. But as a main thing, not everybody's meant to be a teacher, a guru, a spiritual advisor. That's not what everybody's meant to do. Sometimes you're just here to experience things, right? Experience, take data, and bring it back to the source. Ooh, okay. Or just evolve. Okay, so you got soothe. The trigger statement is I need to fix this. So if you always Captain Save a hole, right? Feel like you gotta fix it, that's your trigger statement. But the true statement is I'm willing to learn from this. Lift yourself above your life situation and observe as a witness. Oh my God. I was just saying that. In a different way, of course. Understand that you are so much more than the story. You have connection, right? It is too much. The trigger statement is it is too much, and it's cedarwood, by the way. But I don't know. But but probably you just need to. Probably one of the things you could do is like take in some cedarwood. You probably resonate with that. I hate that word resonate, but you probably resonate with that. But okay, the trigger statement is it is too much. The true statement is I am grounded in my body. Use your empathetic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information to receive and do not take on what is not your own. So, like I said, that Captain Save home mentality, you can't take on. You probably an empathetic person. Narcissists are drawn to empathetic people, right? Like because they know how to manipulate them. Okay, so you just gotta come out that codependent nature. Okay? So the next thing is evolution. Um, the trigger statement is things will never change. True statement is I attract only what is for my highest good. The imbalances and relationships that have been keeping you down are no longer needed. You are ready to transform. Oh my God. Period. Period. Period, Pooh. And with that being said, this concludes your reading. Take it all in, take notes, da 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 da. Cool. Period, Pooh. I like that for you. Okay? I like that for you. Don't even worry about it. Don't even trip. Okay? Don't even trip about it. That's wild. Sometimes I even shock myself sometimes when it comes to the last things to say. Okay? But anyway. So I'm gonna wait until get pound number two. This is for you, pal number two. Okay. So what wounds are present that needs to be healed? What wounds are present that needs to be healed? Okay. What wounds are present that needs to be healed? 3, 2. I feel like there's some the decisiveness going on, of course, but I'm trying to tap in where it's coming from. Okay, so spirit. Oh my God, they're saying I can't bless you if you always give your blessing away. So you're probably a too giving person. You probably never received anything growing up. or yeah, you probably never received anything growing up, so it's like you're inclined to give when people ask to you. You're probably inclined to give more than you should. You're probably inclined, and you go back and forth a lot because you're. I think it's more so a word of how people perceive you. You want to be perceived as a good person, right? You want to be perceived as a great person, and you probably feel like if you don't do X, Y, and Z, then they're gonna perceive you as a person who is not a good person, right? So they'll try to manipulate you in doing so, right? They'll try to come at your character, right? So I feel like you have some self esteem character issues going on. Um I feel like you take on more than you should. You a people pleaser. I feel like you take on more than you should. I feel like some man that made or somebody never made you feel like you was enough. So you end up having to take on more than what you were required to take on. So it caused you to make you caused you to make you accessible to people, right? So now you're trying to find out how to make it stop, and trying to find out, oh shit, how to make it stop, right? How to make it, to where you're not taking on more without giving off. But the truth of the matter is, you can't take on everybody else's stuff. When you give your blessings away, you receive less blessings. 'Cause if you're just gonna give them out anyway, what's the point of you getting them, right? That's one. Two is when you take on more, you leave less for yourself. It's almost like who's filling your cup if you pouring your own water out, right? So you're going back to get your own water while you're pouring out the same water you got for yourself into other people's cups. You're giving so much of yourself away to where it's like you want to take on the energy of the world and whatnot, the heartaches of the world and whatnot, but that's not yours. You are supposed to observe, not absorb, right? This is giving very much Cancer, Pisces, very much a giving type of individual. If you're not Cancer or Pisces, you still be a very nurturing person. This all, but you also got some mental battles going on to where, well, this is a mental battle, to be honest. You receive no recognition for your work either. It's almost like people are entitled to your to you, and you are obligated to give it to them. Entitlement and obligation do not go hand in hand. I mean, yes, they do. No, they don't. In a way. And how about if I explain it like this, right? If you always with someone who feels entitled and you're a person who always feel obligated, that is a what is it? What kind of symbiotic relationship? Parasitic relationship, right? You feel obligated to help someone out, but they feel entitled, so they use that, right? They use that, right, to get you to give them what they want or what they need or provide for you. Almost like there's this episode of Abbott Elementary. It just came out, and Janine's mom came, and she came, was like, oh, look at my baby, da 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 da, showing up at her school. Mind you, they ain't talked to her mama ain't talked to her in 6 months, mind you. And Janine mama, after she done got done, oh my God, you look so good. Look at my baby teaching. Da, da, da. Oh, by the way, I need some help because I'm late on my phone bills. I'm your mama. You supposed to be helping me. It's given like that, right? And at first, Janine was going to give it to her, right? But she overheard one of her friends, Barbara, that's her name, Barbara, talked to her mom and was like, yo, Janine really needs a vacation. And mind you, the money she was using for her, the money she wanted to use, she want to use that for a vacation she never went on before, right? So she was like, okay, mom, you're my mom, da 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 da, I'm gonna help you, da 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 da. But Barbara was like, oh no, she gotta go on her vacation. So if you need the money, I'm gonna give it to you, right? And then Janine heard it. I'm telling you all the plot line and whatnot. It's so funny. But Janine heard it and was like, you know what, this is enough, mom. Can I talk to you? Da-da-da-da-woo-da-woo. And woo. And what happened? Janine was like, I can only do so much for you. I'm going on my vacation. I would help you, but that I would help you a little bit, but that's it. Right. So she had started to find her voice and whatnot, right? Because her mom just wanted some money, but she was just doing all saying nice stuff about her and whatnot until she was in the town. But baby, you live down the street. How you could be in the town when you live in the town? You just haven't seen me in 6 months. Right? So that's just what it's given. Like they know you're readily available to help them when they need it, right? You got to set clear boundaries when it comes to protecting your peace and your sanity, and not taking on more than you could chew, not taking on more overload, more work than you could bear, right? And just knowing when to not pour for your cup. Sometimes you gotta let people go through the storm by themselves. That's just it. It's if they caused it. If they caused the storm, you gotta let them ride that shit out. You gotta let them ride that shit out. You gotta let them ride it. Okay? Especially if they're the type who only feel entitled. They're not even persistent in your life. They come around when they need something. Okay? Let's see. Whew. I don't know why I start burping every time I do these. You probably need to speak up for yourself. Okay? Okay, I'm just stop because I don't like shuffling that much. 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. These people drain. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Okay, so these people take from your kindness. They take your kindness as an advantage. It in a way it drains you, not having nothing for yourself. Oh my god. They're like, how can you sit here and have energy for other people and you only got it for yourself to pick yourself back up by your bootstrap and do things for yourself that you know you deserve? Ooh, okay. Um, in some cases, you might thought it was like it'll be the end of it. And if it ends, that's it was supposed to end. You know how many people, friends, I done cut off, lost, and how many people that's still around. I have got rid of a lot of people, and I'm planning on getting a few folks, right? Mostly some, you know, I ain't gonna say, but um, I I would sacrifice relationships if it doesn't bring me inner peace, or if I feel like they're um stifling off. Oh, is that a word? If they're taking too much and they're using me, taking advantage of my kindness, right? I would cut a whole relationship off, right? The closest friendship I have, me and her been friends since close friends. She like that. She is family at this point. Since 7th grade. I want to say 14 years ago. Damn, that sounds old. Yeah, 14 years ago, right? And then I have friends that I still know from freshman year of college in 2015, right? Hell, we just celebrated one of them having a baby. Congratulations. But with that being said, you could cut these people off. Like people are temporary, right? Especially if they come here and take advantage of you. Sometimes, and one thing about it is, if you have not healed this aspect on you, it just show up in different forms, right? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It just show up. It just changes its form, right? So if you just cut this person off and you meet somebody new who does the same exact thing, right? There's something about you that is attracting that type of person, that's attracting that type of energy into your space, right? And this is an energy that you just need to cut ties with and stop allowing in your space by knowing that when somebody is trying to take advantage of you versus knowing when somebody genuinely need your help, knowing that you need to set clear boundaries on what you will and won't allow without disrupting your integrity, right? Because if you're naturally a giving person, cool, be a naturally giving person, but don't just give yourself away just willy nilly because somebody asks you to, because you might just be absorbing their karma by themselves. I had to learn that, right? I'm not a giving person, but I had to learn. That sounds so bad, but I'm not a giving person. I'm sorry. And when I mean I'm not a giving person, I'm not like a person. And my friends who are my friends, if they need something, they know they could come to me, right? But if I know that you are not a friend, a friend that I could trust, one, if I know that you have never given, if I ask you for something, it could be a small thing, a pen, a piece of paper, and you act like you couldn't get it for me, gone, you gone. So it's like when I say I'm not a giving person, it's I just don't give myself away so freely, right? I don't give myself away so freely. Okay. A good way to tell you to show you that ooh, a good way to tell I have another message for us other group people too. So this is like a small 33%. Um but if I you could do small tests, right? Ask for something small that you could easily get for yourself and see how people react. If they give you a runaround, snip snip, right? But for my small group of people, 33% of group of people, you also, I'm gonna get on you too, because you can't cut everybody off when they don't give you what you want, right? You can't cut people off when you don't get what you want. Okay? This is for my other group of people. So it's like I'm talking to two people, right? You can't cut people off when they don't can't give you what you want. You can't be so ready to end relationships when they don't give you what you want because that's not fair to them, right? You're not obligated or you're not entitled to other people, okay? You're not entitled to other people's resources. You're not entitled. If people give you something, it's because they choose to, right? Not because you ask for it, or not because you want to throw a hissy fit, right? People choose to give you something, right? And you can't sit here and manipulate people and make them feel bad for not wanting to help you, especially if you caused your own issues, right? And you're probably here trying to figure out what's going on. And for my 33%, you are at odds because you're being called to change. Because it's not going to lead you in a good direction. Okay, so let's see. But going back to the main um topic at hand. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. So one thing you gotta understand is that well, this sounds like this just kind of like a root chakra problem anyway, and but that comes from. I'm sorry, I have to burp. Oh my bad. I don't know why I always got to burp doing these, but it sounds like this looks like to me this comes from in a way you get a thrill off helping when people need you, right? If you get a thrill off when people need you, it's almost like you love when people need you or ask for you, but at the same time, it drains you too. That's what it's giving me. It's giving the fact that you like to be needed and wanted in certain areas, right? But it contradicts the energy because you're getting drained, right? Like the feeling of being needed and wanted drains you two times more because not only are you giving yourself away when your cup is empty, you're also that energy being drained of not receiving that, you know, recognition that you helped them. That's twice the energy that's being drained. Mm, okay. Mm, okay. And you be passionate for helping others. You can be passionate, but you got to find other ways to help others while helping yourself too. You got to have, you got to do things in increments. You got to have clear boundaries. You got to have segments or whatever, right? So, what are these ones? Okay, go do this again. 3, 2. If it comes back out, it comes back out. Okay. Why y'all getting the same cards from pile number one has? Y'all like discernment and stripping illusions. Oh my god. What the hell? This don't even feel like y'all. But I'm gonna put it out anyway. So it could be this could be an imbalance of feminine like the your feminine energy may be too dominant, right? It needs to be balanced out with a masculine energy, okay? Um but also don't be readily if you really want to develop kind-hearted relationships and whatnot, right? Oop, and we got masculinity at the bottom, and we got transformation too. So I don't even do about them, but it just goes along with what I said. So I'm just gonna, you know, pull that. So like I said, you got to balance out your masculine, your feminine with your masculine, right? You got to be able to have that protect. And I felt, I also feel like most of you guys had a father that passed away. Um, or a male figure that's passed away that you could have been there for, or you wish you could have done more for. Um, okay, my bad. Again, that's for another percent. I don't know what percent, but that's another percent. But it takes time. But you really just have to recognize that you're giving too much of yourself away. Okay, you gotta recognize that you're giving too much um of who you are away. Giving too much of your in a way too nurturing, right? Too much. I think I said that just was giving cancer energy, but you're too coddling. Okay, let these people breathe. Okay, I feel like I said a lot in just this short time frame, so I'm just going to It's a process. It's a process. Don't be so hard on yourself. I want you to recognize when you do it. Like I have this thing where if you click on something and it's for you and you become aware of it, now it's your responsibility to take heed of it, okay? So you gotta really implement um I'm gonna pull one more for you guys. You really gotta implement this mentality, okay? I'm put that back. If no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Fuck it. Okay, so this is for percent people too. Um, this is for a percentage of people too. I was gonna put it back, but I was just like, you know what, fuck it. The first one you got is empowered. Your trigger statement is I don't want to be here. Okay. You also got focus. The true statement is I am exactly where I need to be. You are ready to allow the energy from divine and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here. You got nurturing, right? Grenadium. But the trigger statement is I am all in my head. The true statement is I create with pleasure. Time to take time. Oh wait. Take time to rest, and in that time, be open to create pursuits. Surround yourself with things that please your senses, and be gentle with yourself. We have, and then the last one for the majority is comfort. Majorum. I think majorum. That's the herb, I guess. But okay. But people, the trigger statement. People cannot be trusted. True statement. I trust my heart. Your big, beautiful heart is ready to open. Trust that you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. Oh, discern. That's that word, discernment. But for my small percentage of people, I guess you got problems to. Okay, so you got the word ignite. Your trigger statement. Where do I go from here? The true statement. I allow life to flow through me. Inspiration has arrived and you will work through you and will inspiration reverse. My bad. Inspiration has arrived and will work through you as you move forward. I feel like that was for me. But with that being said, this concludes your reading for pound number 2. Thank you for tuning in. Um Thank you for vibing out with me on this raining. I was gonna say lovely, but it's kind of rainy on this Friday morning, right? And right now we're about to get into pile number 3 and check in to see what wounds need to be worked on or it's still open. So if you pick pile number 3, this is for you. That's too much. What is it anyway? Okay, if that pop out, I'm just get it. Well, that one pop back out. Hmm. This is what I think it is. Hmm. I feel like alcoholism was involved with one of your parents. Okay. So we got 6. Okay. Yeah, this is a relational issue. Familiar issue too. Oh, oh, okay. I'll put it to the side. Okay. We'll put this at the top. Let's take this right quick. You get to see the deck. Okay. this is different. This is different. I feel like I feel like alcoholism run in the family, and it may be some form of addictive personality. Um, it's just ooh, I might take some time with this. My bad. Whatever this is emotional. It's emotional. It contradicts because this is a contradiction. Okay, so I I I feel like you just didn't vibe with the way somebody approached. I feel like something someone did left a bad taste in your mouth. Okay. On the other hand, I feel like there's a cycle of wanting to plan but but not falling through, right? And when you don't fall through, it's a cycle to where it's playing in my head. It's playing in my head. Give me 1 minute. It's playing in my head. You can't plan to celebrate if you haven't done anything. Okay. I don't know what that smell is. The smell just came out of nowhere. I don't know what it is. It's some. It's confusing. Okay. I feel like alcoholism is used as a cope. I feel like you are trying to like walk away from that, or you walked away from that if it was in your family. Okay. I don't know if they do AA meetings anymore, but that came up too. That's popping up in my head too. Mm. I think I feel like most of you feel like you're only creative where you're under the influence. I feel like most of you guys. I feel like okay, okay. I'm starting to feel like some of your creativity was dulled when you was younger, right? And you realize that you can reach into a point of your creativity when you're under the influence of something mind altering, right? Yeah, you're under the influence. This sounds like a substance abuse type of pile. That's why I was so confused on what it was because it's a cycle. This is a whole cycle that's shown in my face. And if I could show you, if I could just project, you ever seen Pearl on Steven Universe, and how she would just project things from her mind? If I could just project on my mind what I'm seeing, it's like it's a cycle of wanting to get stuff done, but going out with friends, drinking, indulging, um, consuming, and then and I also feel like some of you guys moms walked away from your fathers too, left your fathers. So in a way, I think like if it's not for creativity, it's indulgence of to dim the senses. Okay. Mm, that's always one of those paths I got to take my time on. You also got to be able. Okay, so for another group, right? That's not it. No, no, no. Okay, I spoke too soon. My bad. My bad. You got to be wary of not overdoing it. Okay, of not overindulging to the point where you're sinking down and and you are not taking heed. I feel like most of this, okay, this has come from not receiving enough recognition. Okay, not receiving enough recognition, so not being recognized enough or being seen enough to where you are able to celebrate your wins in a healthy way. Okay, this has really given me someone who's overly indulging, right? Um, mm. But this is dealing with the familial though, so that's why I'm like, is it from like parents indulgent? Is it from a dad's overindulgent? Is it from a did the mom walk away because the dad drunk too much? Was your dad an alcoholic? And then at this point, I'm gonna just start saying it because I'm trying to like put the pieces together. But somebody dad was an alcoholic. Their mama walked away from it, and um, sometimes she probably feel like she see traces of your dad in you. Okay, yeah, that's what it's giving. So your mom probably tried to cultivate good habits around you, but she couldn't do that around your dad. Okay, or father figure or whatever. But we gonna look more into it. This is some family issues. I don't, I don't know. I don't do well with family issues. Ah, this definitely a family issue. You saw that this car just flew towards me. So right now I'm just straight channeling because I'm confused. I'm not confused, but you know I'm trying to put the pieces together. It's like it's broken up, and I'm talking to different people in a group of pal. Um, what does this card mean? Hold up. When it comes to certain cards, I'm just like, oh Jesus. Okay, you got sweetheart. Like, I feel like some of you guys' innocence was like snatched away too. What the hell? I'm sorry, I gotta pull this out because I don't know what this one is. I don't know what this pinhead. It's kind of giving me who you calling pinhead from SpongeBob. So I'm gonna just look on this right quick. Okay, I'm sorry, Pal 3. This is um not what I expected. Usually it comes back to back to back, but y'all situation is a little different. It's very different because like they don't want to talk too much about it. on camera because it's a sensitive subject. They're like, we're not talking about this, but it's like they're giving me brief, brief clips. Okay, they're giving me brief clips. So so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the connection. I'm gonna just say things that I'm feeling and how what I'm getting, and you can make the connection because I know some topics are very sensitive to talk to hear. So I'm gonna just start talking. Um, so some of you guys may feel like you are overwhelmed with life, right? Some of you guys may have had your innocence taken away. You might have came from abusive homes where alcoholism was a problem. Okay, some of you guys probably need to do some intensive work. Um, I feel like the main thing is some of you guys like want to drown out the thoughts and want to drown out the past and forget about it using mind altering substances. Okay. Some of you guys may fall into the habit of self self sabotaging. Okay, because of this, I feel like a lot of this deals. Okay, so we have something dealing with creativity. That's another thing. Okay, so I also feel like it goes back to what I was saying. Some of this creativity maybe stem from, you know, mind altering substances, right? You get your best ideas, your best thoughts. That's what you feel. Um, and I want to say this is not um conducive. Why that word conducive? I don't know what that word means. But I'll look it up later. Um, I really do feel like it's like okay. So I'm getting like glimpses of a past to where it wasn't acknowledged as a child. You was a creative child growing up, but it wasn't really acknowledged, right? So this is really kind of, in a way, giving me. If you're not an artist, this energy is giving me a struggling artist who wants their vision to be told, wants their story to be told, but feel like they're not getting the recognition or the attention of their story, right? So I'm treading lightly when it comes to this subject. Okay, what else? And we got anxiety. Okay, so you may be one of those people who are unable to put yourself out there, and you need some liquid courage. Okay, you may be one of those people who don't know how to, and the only way you feel like you can step up to the plate is under the influence. The only way you could do certain things is under the influence. Okay, um, again, it's a sensitive subject, so I'm not going to talk so deep into it. Okay. Oh, I knew it was going to be a pile like this. We like an incense. So this what's going on? So I get okay. So I get I get this is for all my pals. Um, where are my incense? I'm sorry. I'm looking for my incense. It looks very um. Oh, there it go. But for some reason, all my clients have are awakening up to their problems right now because everybody got the same thing, which is stripping illusions. Um, You gotta let them walls come down. Okay? You don't have to let them walls come down. You don't have to see life for what it is and know that you might have a problem with it. Okay? I'm treading lightly. I'm treading very, very lightly. Okay? What else we got? We have letting go. We have letting go. So let me go ahead and do another one more. Okay. Oh, this is just you have four that came out. So you have letting go, you have reunion of souls, you have teaching, stripping illusions and letting go. Um, I feel like okay, so I feel like everybody's having a spiritual awakening right now. Um, I also feel like some guys have a someone that passed away due to mind altering substances, right? Um, you have to relearn new habits, okay? You have to one thing that's going on is again you're being shown parts of yourselves that is detrimental, okay? There are part and they want you to there we go. They want you to um for you to get back to who you were before that innocence was taken, okay? You can't avoid the shadows in your life because they're always going to be there. I'm casting a shadow right now on my table. They're always going to be there, okay? But you can't avoid these shadows. You got to acknowledge that whatever happened has happened, and you have to be willing to move past and accept. Now, whatever has happened, I'm not saying you got to forgive them, but you have to be able to move past it to order to live your life, okay? Mm-hmm. Treading lightly, treading very, very lightly, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh shit. Okay. I'll cast it aside because death will power two halves. 3, 2, 4. I promise you I don't be picking the same ones on purpose. Okay. Okay. Ooh, there's a lot of feeling. Okay. So your cards are, and I want you to take these with a grain of salt. Just think these over, okay? Um, the first one is clarity. The trigger statement: I am so confused. True statement: I am present. Allow your mind to clear and let the noise of your thoughts fall away. Listen to your intuition. You have align. The center word is centering, but the trigger statement is I feel conflicted. The true statement is I am true to my highest self. Your focus needs to turn within to whoop, rewind. My bad. Your focus needs to turn within to reflect on stories that are not true for you. Love is the way through. And you have opportunity. And by most of these being green cards, I can tell this some heart chakra and grievance type of energy too. Okay. Um, you probably feel like it's too late for you, and it's never too late. Okay. Um, The word is opportunity. The trigger statement, I doubt it. The true statement is there is hope. With fresh eyes, see the potential within this situation. Okay. And then I'm gonna say this because I feel like probably 25% of y'all, because it's four, so a quarter, but wanted to pick PAL too. So if that's the case, then you can go back and listen to that too. Comfort. The trigger statement is people cannot be trusted. The true statement is I trust my heart. Okay, your big, beautiful heart is ready to open. Trust that you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. Meditate on that. Meditate on that. Embrace it. Take it in. Okay. Thank you for watching, and this is me signing out. This is me signing out. Damn it. Sign out. Fuck. 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 I'm using the clicker, and I'm trying to implement this so I don't have to touch it all the time. Okay. This is me signing out. Sign out. Damn it.